Thank you, Cancorla. I wanted to use my time to discuss the most urgent issue of activation of consented land, but listening in my office to the speakers from Sinn Féin, I was minded, and how rubbish the Housing for All plan from the government is, apparently, I was minded to pick up again their submission from June of this year to the Housing for All document submission. It's there. It's a few short pages long, 7 pages of text with just $1 figure in it, or euro figure as it were. Meanwhile, the Housing for All plan, which is an actually comprehensive plan, fully costed and extremely detailed, as other deputies have set out. There is two other Sinn Féin documents. They're there at the back. There's nice links, but they're even shorter, so don't go looking for too much detail. In particular, let me talk about the issue of consented land, which is a specific and detailed issue which is contained in Housing for All and a response to it. This is land that has been zoned, for which planning permission for residential development has been sought and given, but no homes delivered. Now, on board Pleanála, local authorities around the country, Department of Housing officials, everyone is breaking their back trying to get land activated. That's particularly so in the Eastern Midlands region. On page 102 of the Office of the Planning Regulator Annual Report for 2020, it shows that the EMRA area continues to dominate in 2020, significantly increasing its share of residential units permitted, rising to 74%, over 32,000, close to 33,000 units, up from 25,000 in 2019. The further analysis shows that 89% of all apartment units permitted in 2020 were in the same region. Of that, 64% were in the 4 Dublin local authority areas. The point that they're making is this suggests that the basis for achieving more compact and sustainable patterns of urban development is there, particularly if the many permissions for higher density development within cities and towns and public transport corridors are activated. These are the principles of climate-friendly development, of course, and the permissions have been granted. So what is going on? Why aren't they either built or in the process of built? And Cancorla, let me be clear, I don't buy the financial viability argument for a moment. We've heard it for some time. Who would not operate a business model at this time which pre-sells build-to-sell homes and funds their work on the basis of pre-sell? The only reason that we give zoning is to give permission to build homes, and any entity that's not in the active business of home delivery but rather efforts at land value acquisition needs to get a grip now or get taxed out of the market. And I believe, Minister, that this is a case of tax first, ask later. There need not be delay. Chief executives need to get really aggressive about it locally with no exemptions. Let's accept that developers are on notice, that liability immediately arises where zoning and consents have been given by state entities, the immediate implicit notification that the clock is running. Let's shorten those assessment notice periods and refund excess taxes if and when we're proved wrong that in fact home delivery is actively occurring, because our population has now exceeded 5 million people, up by 1 million people in 20 years. They need places to live, they need different ways to live at different stages of their lives, and the consented land needs to be activated. Thankfully, the Land Development Agency in this detailed Housing for All plan has been established, put on a statutory footing, notwithstanding your objection to it, notwithstanding you voting against it, and has the capacity now to get in and activate and underwrite some of those sites at value to the state, at a discount to the state, to get that stock into affordable homes, as quickly as possible.